Notts County talk. It's finished. Notts 0, Forest 1. Not a very interesting game in my opinion.
No, the first half for me was really good. I was
Yeah.
a lot of promising things to take away from it. I thought we dominated possession really well against Forests. They put out a fairly strong side. I thought. I'm saying probably 8 out of their starting 11. Probably you see them probably week in week out in the Prem. But they probably wouldn't have took the game as seriously as we did. But there's a lot, like I just said, a lot of positive to take that. A lot of confidence as well. A few young players in there. But more so from the first half, because I think from the second half, obviously they score early on, which obviously does dampen the game a little bit. But obviously then you make the mass amount of subs in the second half, and then that just made the game go even more flat. So yeah, from sort of the goal onwards, it was sort of a bit of a nothing game, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, what you just said, like when you've had a fairly settled that first half team didn't change obviously first 45, but when you make 9 subs after 60 minutes, there's absolutely no way you're going to maintain any kind of shape, or you've got players playing in different positions, swapping over. I think it was difficult to get anything from that. Second half, especially. First half though, standouts to me. Gone 4 at the back. Did kind of switch to that 5 when Aaron came back. Aaron and Toby on the same side it's dangerous. I mean, Toby has barely played any football in the past 4 or 5 months at all. So his first touch and his sharpness isn't going to be there 100%. But him and Aaron on that same side, I think it works. The only thing is, when there's an injury there, who drops into those positions? You put Brindley there. Actually, it could fully work. You could have Brindley there. You could have Jody Jones swapping into that position. Will we go that way the whole time? Would he have done it if the result hadn't happened against Stoke last week, which we defended much, much, much better?
Yeah.
I think that first half, we dominated, and I thought Aaron McMahon, he looked great. He could have. I was doubting whether League One and Championship would be his level. I think 100% could be. Like he was superb.
Yeah, it was really good, really good. And just to touch back on Toby as well, I thought to say, like you just said, he's injured for so long. He wasn't shying out of any tackles, given its pre-season.
Had Emmanuel Dennis on him as well.
Yeah, and he dealt with him really well. So yeah, a lot of real good performances in that first half for me.
Yeah, Matty Palmer came out with man of the match. Obviously, it's incredibly hard to give any man of the match, and it was just a first half performance. But I thought he was good as usual. I thought we kept the ball really well. I thought we were we were on the front foot for most of that. A couple of errors, but I'd say for 30-35 minutes that we were the team on top. And then second half, as I've already said, you can't learn much from it. What we did see second half, we saw McGoldrick and Macca together. A couple of flashes. McGoldrick looks class in it.
Yeah, he does. He really does. He's put the ball through a couple of times, and you're thinking, an inch one way or the other. Macca's on there, 9 times out of 10 he's scoring them, so I'm really, really excited to see how that partnership sort of blossoms throughout the season.
Yeah, and then the back four we kind of finish with Mahovo, Bajrami, Nathan Claxton, who is a trialist, and Brindley. You're never going to see that again. No. Never going to see that. What did you think of Claxton as a trialist?
It looked all right. He misplaced 1 or 2 passes, didn't he? But
you're playing for your career, though, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%. And it's nervy. Being a trialist, it is nervy because it's sort of make or break, isn't it? There's a lot riding on it, really, for sort of players at this level. So yeah, I thought he had 1 or 2 driving runs as well, which I thought was really good, and it's what we're looking for, really. So I wouldn't be surprised to see an offer put out there for him, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he looks pretty athletic. That driving run he did is exactly what Luke Williams wants to see from him. He did a decent recovery run down the side, laid the ball back off the stone, and then pulled off wide again. So for me, I mean, you get that kind of player, and he has to play 100% because he's not had a career, and how hard is he going to try? Training 100%, games 100%. I think it was a no-brainer if he's good enough. Yeah. If he's good enough, Luke Williams makes this decision. Finally, the goal we conceded, not completely similar to last season, but we do make those errors, and I'm glad we get those out in pre-season. But we lost to a fairly strong Forest side with an error.
Yeah, you take it. And look, I think it's good that we've had these last couple of games that have been a lot more difficult than what we'll sort of be facing in the league, and even our next pre-season games are obviously teams lower down in the pyramid. So it's sort of good for me, in my opinion, to sort of have those games where it's going to be really difficult and sort of backs against the wall, see how you cope with that. And then those games where you're probably going to dominate a lot more, have a lot more possession. So it'll be interesting to see how we sort of build into those games now in the next couple of weeks.
It will. That's it from us then. Final thing, if you would like to win either a home or away shirt, be put in that draw. They've got 4 more days. So it ends 4 days time, 4 days to enter that competition. It will be in the description, so have a look in there if you haven't already. Fairly simple to enter, and good luck if you do.